everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be decorating this box here and turning it into a work of art. Well, hopefully, I haven't done this before, but I think it's going to be pretty fun. Now this is actually a collab with a good friend of mine, Darkest Raven Designs. Now, Darkest Raven is a pretty amazing artist and crafter. She's actually located in Australia, just like me, and she does all of this really awesome, like 3D stuff that just looks so cute and awesome. She does a lot of like scale miniature stuff, and I don't know, I feel like she's a wizard because the stuff she makes just looks so tiny and realistic and pretty fantastic actually. You should definitely check her out. I'll leave a link in the description of her channel, and yeah, go and subscribe to her because she's great. Some of my favorite stuff that she has made is a lot of Harry Potter stuff, which is awesome because I'm just a huge Harry Potter nerd, and I really love the matchbox dioramas that she makes because they are so tiny but so detailed, and it's fantastic. So yeah, we are both decorating this box here. We actually bought the exact same one from the exact same place, and I feel like hers is just going to be so much better than mine, especially since she's way more experienced in this sort of area, and she's a fantastic artist, and I know she's definitely going to outshine me, but that's okay because, I'm giving it a go and I'm going to have a lot of fun. Now this box here is actually a book box. It is designed to look like a book once you decorate it and stuff, and it's kind of like one of those cool like hidden boxes where you could like have it on a bookshelf hidden away with all the other books, but it's actually storing something secret inside, and I just really liked that idea. And because I'm such a nerd, I wanted to make it like an ancient spell book kind of thing. But I'm also adding a mix of dragon in there because, you know me, I absolutely love dragons. Dragons are like my favorite fantasy thing and mythical creature. So of course I had to have that element in there because, yeah. So I'm mixing up some polymer clay here, and I added a little bit of alcohol ink to color in the clay because I thought that was a really cool trick that you can do, and I wanted to have it a bit of a marble pink sort of pattern where it's like a pinky purpley marbly kind of texture. And I've made it to look like dragon skin or dragon hide, or at least what I would imagine it to look like. And after this I made a little dragon as well on the front here, and I just want this to be a sort of like a 3D emblem kind of thing on the front of the book. I just thought that would look cool. And I know it's a bit of a weird color, but this dragon here on the front I'm actually going to be painting gold later on. Now to glue all of these pieces to the wooden book, I'm actually using a little bit of liquid Fimo, which is basically like a liquid polymer clay kind of gel thing, which you can use to glue pieces of polymer clay to other things. And because I wanted to add a little bit more detail to this book, I actually got a few really fine strands of clay. I'm just putting them around in a sort of swirly pattern for some of the corners of the book, and I'm also gluing them to the book using the liquid Fimo. Now with a little bit of Pearl X powder, I actually put that over the dragon hide to give it a shiny, glimmery, magic-y sort of gloss feel to it. And then after that, I baked it according to the directions of the polymer clay. And then after that, I am painting it. Now I don't know why I don't have any footage of me actually painting the black. I know I hit record, I remember I hit record, but for some reason the footage just isn't there, so just pretend like you saw that. It's not very interesting anyways. But after I did that, I added in some gold paint for the dragon, as you can see, but also for the swirly patterns, and I actually really like how that turned out. Now after that, I wanted to age this book a little bit because I feel like it just looks a little bit too prim and proper for an ancient spell book. So I actually got out my Dremel and I sanded in some of the edges of this book, and I softened the sharp corners as well as just adding in some scuffs here and there to make it look like it's nice and well worn and perhaps belonged to a wizard or warlock that perhaps dealt with a lot of, dangerous mythical creatures, And of course, to add to that, I got out some sandpaper as well, and I just sort of sanded in through that black ink that I used to paint the book, just to sort of, have some parts a bit worn here and there, and just add a lot of little scratches and ages to this book, which I think really works. This part was actually really scary for me because, to be honest, once I added that, I probably couldn't go back, and I also didn't know if it was going to look good, but I'm actually really glad how it turned out. Now, of course, to add to that, I got out some old scissors of mine and just added some deep scratches into it, and I feel like that really, really helps with the look as well. Now, I actually liked that so much that I actually took those scissors and sort of chopped the edges of the pages of this book just to try and make it look like it was, well used, and some of the pages aren't, neat and even together. Now, after this, it was time to deal with the inside of this book. Now, it took a lot of decision making, and I was very, very tempted to have, 3D elements inside this book. And then I just decided to go with the painting idea because, to be honest, I just really felt like painting this book, and I also wanted the, hidden compartment functionality of the book to still be used. Now, for the paints, I actually used two different kinds of paints here. The first was an underpainting, and I used acrylic paint for that because I really wanted a nice few layers of this, but I also wanted to use my gouache as well because I really love that paint, and I really love how you can blend with it, and it kind of works like an acrylic, but you can also re-wet it and re-blend it as much as you like. But the fact that it reactivates so easily is why I decided to do the underpainting in acrylic, because I could get all of those bases done and then the paint over the top wouldn't reactivate that acrylic. And I actually really enjoyed this process. This was so fun for me, and I really love how I painted that dragon's eye. Now, the idea behind that is, the book is obviously a magical spell book, which is my interpretation of it. But once you open the book, it sort of turns into a portal, and each page is like a portal towards like a dragon. Perhaps the wizard or warlock, whoever owned this book, was perhaps a caretaker towards dragons, or maybe a dragon hunter, I don't know. But he has a lot of different portals towards heaps of different dragons, and I guess maybe he just keeps track of them. And as you can see, one of the pages is really, really close up to this dragon eye, so perhaps, if you go through that portal, you're going to be face to face with the dragon, and it will probably eat you. But the other side, the other page, is a portal to a different place. Now, my idea behind that is that it's sort of like a dragon's lair. As you can see, it's a bit of a cave here, and it's still the early stages of this painting. But as you can see, there are some stalagmites and stalactites. I don't know. Actually, there's no stalactites. I think stalagmites are the ones from the roof. I can't remember. But I wanted to paint a sort of mysterious cave scene with, different platforms and, just light coming through from the top, and just try and have a little bit of mystery to it. Of course, there's still going to be a dragon in this one, but it's more silhouetted, and the main focus is going to be the environment. I like that because it's a big difference compared to the other painting, which is basically a super close up of a dragon. Now, I wanted this environment to have a lot of cool colors compared to the other page, which was a lot of warm pinks, and I wanted to have like precious gems like in the walls and in the surfaces and stuff, as if maybe this cave was full of, expensive and precious gems, but there's a dragon there protecting them, and anyone trying to find those gems will probably meet a sad fate. That's my rough idea behind it anyways, and I really enjoy how I did a lot of dark colors, but also a lot of light glimmery colors as well, and the highlights just look really cool. I really like how I did that. So anyways, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Sarah. I make a lot of art and some 3D stuff as well, and my favorite genre of creating is like fantasy, that kind of thing. But I also draw a lot of Pokemon, and I try to keep my, subject matter quite varied. I also do a lot of art challenges as well. I find them super fun and interesting, and I love experimenting with different mediums. So yeah, if you're new here, I hope you enjoy my channel, and please consider hitting that subscribe button if you like what I do. And for my viewers, please definitely go check out Darkest Raven Designs. She is absolutely fantastic. She's an awesome person and she makes awesome stuff as well. So anyways, here is the final results of my art, and this was really fun and interesting, and I hope you enjoyed watching me create it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a lovely day. Stay safe out there, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye everyone.